Pleasure to meet everyone. Jonathan Hessing here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So Keyspace Studio, we're focused on using emerging technology to automate engagement with on-chain insights. And so a little bit about me before I jump in. I'm a two-time co-founder. This is my second company. I actually just took a small exit from my first company, selling a very small percentage of my shares so that I could have personal runway to focus on this and take as little money from the investment into the company as possible. I've been an NFT collector and crypto investor for a while. In fact, I'm super excited about helping bring blockchain and automation to brands for loyalty and engagement because I started off as a brand NFT collector. I own collectibles and digital assets from all the brands that have launched them, and I've seen what it's done to me firsthand as a consumer. So now for the last 2.5 years, I've been super excited to echo my chamber in the world of that as a builder. I've co-authored multiple patents in the streaming delivery space. I had a podcast, a live podcast we ran for a little bit called Win with Web3, and we've been in multiple Web3 accelerators, the Immutable Accelerator and the 404 DAO Accelerator. So that's a little bit about me. And the reason we built Keyspace is other than understanding why brands want to get into the space, we're kind of entering this inflection point where there's radical digital transformation happening where marketers are competing for attention, spending 7 times more to capture new eyeballs than to nurture existing ones at a time when cookies are dying. This makes the case for loyalty, and this makes it super important. And I think it's important to note here that one of the things about loyalty is it feels a lot of really transactional right now, right? You get your 9 hole punches and you get your 10th free. Whereas we want loyalty to feel more like you're on a team, like you're part of FC Barcelona. Sorry if there's any Real Madrid fans on here, but you feel like that, or you feel like you're a part of a community, not just a transactional one-to-one relationship. And we've seen a lot of brands do this. You can see here on the right, there's brands have been launching NFTs since 2021.
So, I think you guys understand we automate engagement for communities and brands. We really leverage blockchain AI, but I don't like to play buzzword bingo. So, that's just what's under the hood. But we really automate engagement with on-chain insights. And I told you guys a little bit about myself, two-time founder, patent. I'm not technical, but I know how to build great teams. I know how to lead products and understand where the market's going and how to manage developers to build for that. Digital marketing is changing as the cost of acquisition rises and cookies die, making it harder to understand your consumer. And that's why loyalty is important and only going to become more and more important, especially as AI continues to make customer acquisition more saturated. But the difference between loyalty then and loyalty now, loyalty then meaning, before you can give ownership to your community and have all the benefits of this kind of technology, is loyalty was very one-to-one, very transactional. It was just you and your little hole punch card or your mobile app, and it's spend 9, get your 10th free. Whereas this should feel more like a community. It should feel like you own a part of it, like you are a piece of it. And I've talked with the people, we actually just added the guy who put the Starbucks deal together to our team. We've got players from different industries that are channel partners of us, and they all validate that, when you allow someone to feel like they are a part owner of the brand, there's a different level of engagement that comes with that. And that's what tokenizing engagement can do. We've seen enterprises jump in the space. From this year alone, we saw Visa unveil their Web3 loyalty platform for 80 million partners. Hugo Boss launched an omni-channel blockchain membership program just last week. And the news doesn't stop. And you can see the brands here on the right. Some of the largest brands have launched NFTs. And again, as a person who started this because I saw as a consumer of brand NFTs, I saw how it made me more engaged with Nike.swoosh. I saw how it made me more engaged with Starbucks. So not only do I study the space like a hawk and live in it every day, but I started as a consumer in it. And that's what drove my passion to build. And so, but the problem with this is, actually, I'm kind of out of order here. Let me go. The problem with what we've learned is accessibility is key. So actually, I'm going to go back real quick. So that's why we built. So we saw that and what we learned is, at this time, all these brands have to spend a lot of money using low code tools to build things, and that they don't fit into a larger ecosystem. So they're one off. So what we've done is we built a CMS platform that helps brands boost engagement by automating personalized experiences with emerging technology, i.e. blockchain and AI. And the way we do that is by we did an incredible job going from low code to no code. And so we've worked with different kinds of brands. We've worked with iHeartMedia, and here's some, what we did with them was we showed them how much more sponsors can get engagement at in-person events. So here's some of those statistics there. We've worked with some of the biggest names in Atlanta, Georgia, for doing, they launched a NFT platform. And when comparing us to Manifold, we were 98% cheaper. And it took them less than 30 minutes to do what we call the 4M methodology: mint, manage, market, measure. And it's the full pipeline of that makes Keyspace Studio valuable. It's not just the minting, it's the ability to mint, put your assets on chain, manage them, use the metadata in those on-chain assets to create audience segments, market to have an external community-facing hub, and then manage to collect analytics. So we offered, our V1 of our platform offers that full M pipeline, mint, manage, market, measure. And here's the stats from that. And we rolled that out at the beginning of Q4 in 2023. And what we learned from that is three things. We did an incredible job going from low code to no code, but where we did not do a great job is going from someone who understands Web3 proficiently to someone who understands why they should leverage Web3, but not the what or the how. And so what we learned and why we're raising for our 2.0 version is because of these learnings right here. So accessibility is key. The way we've solved for that is templated default setting tiles to simplify blockchain for marketers. So instead of filling out a form to mint a collection, you can pick, I want a membership pass, an attendance collectible. I want to do a gasless claim on a survey once the survey is filled out. And so you're picking options like that of default tiles as opposed to just minting NFTs. Integrations are pivotal. We want to work with people who can get you into the Apple Wallet, CRMs, marketing automation, wallet providers. We want to play with people that are already compliant and heavily credible and regarded in what they do. And they can integrate into our platform, and it's a hub for managing the campaigns. And most importantly is strategic continuity. This is where a lot of brands, when they use on-chain assets, they fall off because they don't know how to answer the most important question. Okay, I did my membership pass. I did my token gated event. I did my attendance collectible for attending the token gated event. What next? What next? How do I make that into an audience segment and retarget that? What next? Nobody is solving for that. And so our interface guides brands through consistent and effective next steps to manage the one thing that all communities and brands that are doing this kind of these kind of campaigns come down to, which is the roadmap. And so our interface can be looked at as like a roadmap management software. And here's kind of a glimpse at it and some high level points. I don't want to double down on this. I don't want to, talk your ear off about it. But here's what it looks like. And so you can see the red tiles there are different types of collectibles, and the white tiles are different types of experiences. So it provides a really seamless and accessible user interface. Brands and communities can manage their audiences. We're a simple SaaS. We take a small percentage of transaction fees, and we have a usage model per token, as well as AI credits, which we'll roll out in year 2. And that's in beta right now. But we service creators, small, mid-sized brands and enterprise clients. These are our revenue projections. I don't want to go too deep on this right now, but we've done 40K since launch. Here's some of our accolades. Recognized by Comcast NBCU Sports Tech as a top 50 out of 1,500. Was one of 2 companies selected to speak at Polygon's DevX tour. We've already raised $1 million. One of 6 companies accepted in the 404 DAO. But look, I could keep going through these, but I think the main point is our North Star is we want to be the first to perception, to be the CMS that helps brands build engagement and loyalty using emerging technology, and be the first one that can really do that in a powerful way. And that's why we're getting attraction from large brands and large players in the space. This is our team. A lot of qualification from Web 1 through Web 3. This is our advisory board. We've got, one of 4 principal investors at Coinbase Ventures. We've got people who were executives in Web 1, in Web 2, and Web 3, and people who've managed multi-$100 million budgets on consumer and innovative tech and youth marketing. And then finally, we're raising $1 million to roll out the version 2 of our platform, which is going to be self-service, AI enabled, and really built using those 3 lessons learned from our V1 deployment to really go out there and capture market share and be the first CMS to help brands in an accessible way launch on-chain loyalty programs and automate engagement. And that's Keyspace Studio.